Salutations, my rainbow feathers. I'm Phoenix Wordlamp, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I like to do half moon readings every 2 weeks to give an overall overview of the energies we can all experience during that time. I believe that the half moons have a special existence as a liminal moon, being neither more full nor more dark. So, what we first do is go over a bit of the astrology for the half moon. Then we get into the tarot so we can see what more messages we need to know about the upcoming half moon and its energy. So, without further ado, let's get into the astrology. 3 luminaries, that is, those things we consider celestial bodies in astrology, things that shine their light down on the earth. 3 of them will be changing signs on August 24th during the half moon. So that's going to be the sun moving into Virgo, so happy birthday to all the Virgos. And it will be the moon moving from Taurus to Gemini, so the half moon itself will be between signs, adding an extra dimension of liminality to this half moon. In addition, Juno will be moving into Virgo as well, where it will join Venus, Mars, the Sun. So with these we have 3 major transitions. We have the Sun going from Leo to Virgo, bringing us from a time of expansion and creativity and really expressing and, being ourselves, to one of a little bit more like thoughtfulness and like analyzation of things. So we're going to be kind of moving into more that mindset, so we may be a bit more reserved. The moon moving from Taurus to Gemini, though, kind of has an interestingly opposite effect. Taurus, we're feeling very practical and we want steady direction and to know what we're doing. But moving into Gemini, we're going to want to be more expressive and communicative. We're going to be feeling that internally and wanting to bring that out. So there's a little bit of dichotomy there, especially with Juno, the asteroid of committed relationships, partnerships, marriages, is moving from Leo into Virgo as well, and that is going to bring us from more lighthearted fun in our long-term commitments to more analysis of what we really want out of things, and we might be a little bit prone to perfectionism during this half moon. But let's talk about the lunar aspects that will be forming on the 23rd, since this is about the half moon specifically. So the half moon in Gemini, and this is calculated from where I live, which is in Colorado, and it is calculated for about noon that day to get an overall energy for the day. So the moon in Gemini at that time will be squaring, so forming a sort of disharmonious and like tense relationship with the conjunction of Venus and Mars in Virgo. It's also very close to the Sun. Some might consider that part of the conjunction as well. So what this means is that our feelings of like expressiveness and communicativity, all of that will be tense in relationship to our romances, our passions for other people. The Venus-Mars conjunction is it's often taken by astrologers as a very romantic or passionate conjunction. So it has a lot to do with our relationships. It feels a bit hetero to me, but it is how it is mostly interpreted. With the Sun there, that has a lot to do with our identity as well. So who we feel we are in relation to those that we love, or in relation to our personal expression of beauty and love for other people. There may be some communication tension between us and the people that we care about, the people that we love. On the plus side, though, the moon will be forming a sextile with Chiron in Aries. Chiron in Aries is really about like finding your voice and being true to it, kind of the essence of integrity. And with the moon in Gemini, sextiling that, if we put in some effort, we can better express our wounds, our scars, our vulnerabilities in such a way that makes us more confident and able to help other people, because we are human. We can relate to these things. We have our own scars, we have our own voice, and if we're true to ourselves and express that, that will be a very harmonious thing for us to do this half moon. Now, with that is the astrology out of the way. So let us see what the cards have to add about what we should know this coming half moon in Taurus and Gemini. I'm going to be using the Patch Tarot. So I'm going to tune in to the half moon on the 23rd of August 2019. What messages do we all need to know? What will be the energies around us? What do the kindreds want us to be aware of? Alright. We have the 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups in reverse to start with. So, in this deck, the 8 of Wands shows a number of characters going around this glowing light emanating multiple colors with the eye of Ra in the middle. And these characters are expressing different aspects of a human life. And they're going between one and another and cycling through them as is necessary in their lives. This is a card of change, shifting between things, between roles in our lives. With the 6 of Wands here, I'm getting that our ability to shift roles and change up things as needed is going to be on point. It will be recognized, and there will be a lot of success in that area. So if you're having trouble figuring out the different areas of your life and how you're meant to interact in each of them and how you're meant to act in each of them and what direction you're going in each of them and why you're cycling between these things, we all have different faces we show to different people. We're not the same people with our boss or with our close friends or with our partner or partners. And it can take some work to figure out exactly who we want to be in each of these situations. But we're going to have a lot of fortune in being able to develop this area of our lives on this half moon, especially with all of these transitions going on in the heavens. So you will have a lot of success if you work on that. The 5 of Cups in reverse gives me the impression that we are coming out of a time of feeling lack. There's been this sort of emptiness, like we haven't had the emotional wherewithal, or like there's not enough emotional energy to do what we feel like we need to do. I think we're going to be coming out of that this half moon. I think this will have a lot to do with the fact that we're going to be shifting around a lot of aspects of our lives and figuring out exactly where we fit into each of these roles and how we want to. But let's figure out a little bit more about them. I'm going to pull a clarifier for each of these to get a little bit more information about what's going on. Oh, thank you. Alright. So, clarifying the shift in our lives, we have the Four of Discs. This has to do with holding on to resources and keeping those stable and secure. I think that we are going to be looking into shifting our roles in regards to our money or finances and how we take care of those things and how we protect those things and how we use them, how we conserve them. So this is probably going to be a focus for a shift this coming half moon, especially with the moon in Taurus the first half of the day moving into Gemini. So we're going to be going from that sort of practical money mindset to how do I use this, how do I express this, how do I share this sort of stuff. So the clarifier for the Six of Wands is the Empress. The Empress is all about nurturing and growth and creativity. And she here is holding the world in her hands, so she's got everything she needs and she's caring for the earth. So what I'm getting is that the more you express your caring side and your emotional side, your vulnerable side, your ability to take care of others, your ability to help heal others and provide for their growth, the more you will be celebrated. And this could have to do with, because both of these are very earthy cards. So what I'm getting is that you could be shifting your way of using your money. You know, maybe you've been spending a lot of money on maybe not the best things, and then you cut back on some of your spending, but then you're able to use it to donate to your favorite cause, and then you're helping nurture, endangered animals or children with an incurable disease that need help, or things like that. You're able to redirect your relationship with money in a way that's going to help others and nurture others in a way that they will really be grateful for and recognize you for. The Eight of Swords clarifies Five of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting that the reason that we had this trouble up until very recently, or up until this half moon, with feeling this sort of lack and feeling this sort of emptiness and inability to have enough emotional energy to do the things that we felt were necessary. Maybe our feelings of being caught up on past mistakes. These things could be it too. We were trapping ourselves with them and not allowing ourselves to move forward, even though we weren't in danger and nothing's actually trapping us. This character, as we can see, is covering their eyes, and there are two actual swords, but they're in the ground, they're not threatening them. But around them are these sort of imagined swords, which they are allowing to keep them trapped, even though they could just open their eyes, see that there's no danger, and move on. So I'm getting that maybe there's been a lot of anxiety in terms of making the kinds of shifts are going to be necessary for you. And that anxiety has been making you feel like, well, I just don't have the emotional energy. I need to retain that emotional energy by dropping something else from my life or what have you. But in reality, that's not a real danger. And you do have the emotional energy. Not only that, you have everything that you need to be able to care for yourself and care for other people if you need to. So I'm getting that overall there's going to be this shift in your roles in different areas of your life. A lot of it having to do with your personal finances and your relationship with money, but it could be in many other areas as well, even those that are only mildly connected to that area of your life. There's going to be a lot of celebration if you put an effort to help others, to nurture other people, especially if you can link that to the shifts that are happening in your life, because it'll better integrate into yourself. And by allowing yourself to open your eyes, see that there's no danger, see that there isn't anything actually trapping you, you will be able to move past this block where you've been feeling drained, out of energy, or like you've made too many mistakes or would make too many mistakes. That is a trap that is keeping you from moving forward, but it's not in reality, so you can easily move past it. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you, my rainbow feathers, for joining me today. If you would like a private reading with me, my website is phoenixwordlamp.com. You can go over there and check out my many specialty readings for all sorts of colorful souls. If you would like to join the Rainbow Feathers Club, you can go over there as well, where you will get a free card of the week every week right in your inbox, in addition to news of new videos, new blog posts, etc. And I'm also on Instagram and on Facebook. I will put the links down below, as well as the deck I used today. And I will see you guys next time.